Welcome to the Chat Club podcast, where you are not alone in your mental health journey. It's okay that you're not okay today. Where discussions on mental health challenges like anxiety, grief, interviews with people that deal with challenges in mental health. Also, discussions on positive coping mechanisms, positive motivation, self-help, a little hope, and thinking creatively. Remember, there's only one rule in Chat Club. Everybody talks about Chat Club. Take a seat, relax, and listen. Here is your host, Alan Hilchey.
Welcome to Chat Club, everyone. Guess you know I'm Alan Hilchey. Yeah, funny, eh? What I want to get into in this episode, I want to focus on setting positive, actionable goals and positive goals. Because I know when we come into January 1st, everybody has these goals and they set them pretty high and they want results quickly. And I don't think that's very productive. And I don't think it's very positive for us as human beings because, and for example, when I talk about my weight and I've lost 60 pounds because I've done something incredible that I like to, basically what I've done is, since June or July, I'm not 100% sure, but I basically took 2 tablespoons of chia seed and lemon juice into a cup of water with some cinnamon, fairly large cup, not too big, and I would drink this every morning. And what I liked about this, it's called an internal shower drink, and what I love about this is the simple, it just came off gradually, and it wasn't like I lost 30 pounds in a month and here we go, like, because you gain it back quickly. And through the months I still ate junk, I still ate some fast food, but I didn't focus on that. But it did happen. Like, I did have chips and I had candy and I've had all that stuff. But what I find about it is it at night I didn't eat as many chips and I didn't eat as much candy and I didn't gorge myself like I used to because I'm an emotional eater, and I think a lot of people are like that. So my positive goal was to lose the weight healthy, and I think 60 pounds within that period of time was pretty healthy for me. I did throw in some exercise, but it wasn't enough. And I'd walk and I'd do different stuff. But this month in January, I've pretty much taken myself to another level where I've been 31 days and I've went to the gym about 10 times and I'm doing some workouts and I'm doing the elliptical and I'm doing the rowing and I'm doing things. And what I've learned, the trainers at the gym are fantastic at Good Life Fitness is where I'm at, and they're always trying to get you to get in their workouts because that's just the way it is. Like, there's billions of dollars in health and whatever. But what I like about Good Life Fitness in Fredericton, where I am, is any questions that I ask, I get answers. Anything, and it's not a promotional thing, and they're trying to get you. They'd love to have me. I get that. And I think that I'm smart enough to realize that I can do my exercises and I can set this stuff up. It's scary to go in there. And I was scared for a long time to go to the gym. And the reason why I was scared, because the simple fact is, you see these guys that have six packs and muscles and they're in great shape, and here you are like overweight trying to get yourself to them. But it's unrealistic for me to come into that gym and look at them and say I'm going to be them. That's a couple of years away. Let's be honest with this, and it could be longer. Do I want to be like them? No, I don't want to. I want to be a healthy weight. I want to be in fairly good shape, and I want to do different things. And that's what I've done in my life for as far as health and setting goals and obtainable goals and planning them out. And I do this every day. I do the internal shower drink. And at 3 o'clock, I get my butt to the gym. I don't have to go every day, but I know 2 to 3 times a week is what they say. That's what the experts say. So what I've done, and I do the sled when you put weights on and you push it back and forth. They say that's one of the biggest cardio ones, and I've done that 4 times in January. Done the rower just once, but I've been on the elliptical machine quite a bit, and I've been on the walker. So what I really want to focus on is like goal setting. Like, how do we do this, and what are we going to do, and how do we clarify this? Now, I went on to a website that I kind of like it. It's called Smart Brief, and what I like about this is it talks about different things that you need to do. As far as, they talk about, we all have tasks, we all want goals, we want obtainable goals, actionable goals. What's going to help us to get to where we need to go? Goals setting a critical component of any growth process. Either it's professional or it's personal. So when we get into these, there's many benefits of setting goals. And I like how they put this, and they talked about clarity and focus. And they talk about, goals that motivate us to cut through the weeds and focus on what's really important. And that's focusing on our goals, whether it's weight loss or smoking or, getting mental health help, or maybe getting your anxiety under control, or getting your different things that you need to get done. And I really like this. Planning, and they talk about planning and goals that help us map out the necessary steps to achieve our desired goal and their result too. So that's pretty good, like planning it out and writing it out, or, writing a program out for yourself, whatever you desire. I'm focusing on physical because I know there's a lot of people out there that are in the same boat as me. And I'm going to tell you a story about, I'll get into that after. So another one is accountability. Goals force us to set and meet deadlines and be accountable to others. That's good, but I don't think it's necessarily a key component, because you're going to put a lot of pressure on yourself if you're not going to attain the goal, and chances are you'll quit. But there should be an accountability, and do small steps. And that's what I like about it. Transparency. Be transparent with your goals. If you're in a group of people and, you're trying to look for support, and you need to be transparent about your goals. Like if you have a workout partner and you need to find your goals, it's really important. Self-esteem. Goals to raise our self-confidence, see ourselves grow and have the progress, and, get into our goals and feel better and lose that weight. So we wouldn't want to add, motivation, better planning, accountability, etc. But who wouldn't want that, is what I mean. Like, who wouldn't want these goals? It can be a mental exercise to infuse, more emotion into this for goals that are being effective in moving us forward. They can express in actionable terms and detail on how you feel from achieving your whole goals and your planning. So what I want to get into in my story, and I'm talking about self-esteem because that's the last one to come up, and it kind of goes with my story. Now, I do recall probably about 4 years ago, I wanted to get in better shape, and the guy that I was working with, he had a CrossFit gym, and I went in there, and there's a lot of people that are in really good shape in CrossFit. And the first class I went in there, and then I went in there with full intention to work hard. And they do certain rounds. They do about 5 rounds or 4. He only wanted me to do 3. So the first time I went in there, and I did 3. So, and every time I went to this class, I started to get some confidence. So, and I kind of like it because I know Good Life has a lot of these classes like bike and some CrossFit, and there's like-minded people that are going to support you if you get into this gym and you're looking for this sort of stuff. It can be very positive, and I think it'd be really effective. And I know people don't want to pay the premium price or whatever, but at the end of the day, what's your health worth? What's your life worth? And do you want to be healthy, or do you want to have a short life, or do you want to have a bad illness or something that you can control? And I've chosen to maintain my health through exercise, through eating, and try to get myself to, when I started the whole process, and getting back to the gym, sorry about the CrossFit, I kind of jumped a little bit. When I'm talking about that, and every week I went, and every day I went, I was getting more self-esteem. And what I finally realized about the whole thing was I was so much focused on everyone else and how they looked and how I looked, that I wasn't concentrating on myself and my goals. I wasn't concentrating on my support, my emotional support, because the simple thing is when I finally realized that they were sucking wind just as bad as I was and had the hardest workout. Everybody's at their own level, at their own pace. So what I like about goal specific is there's an acronym for SMART. And they talk about specific, measurable, obtainable, rewarding, and time-bound. Now, what specific is well defined and what you actually want to seek or achieve. So the specific is setting the goal. Like, I want a weight loss, but I never put my number out there. Measurable, quantum, you want it to be measurable. You want it to, have an achievement, and, you want to be able to get to that goal. So, okay, let's go to the gym and lose 5 pounds. And, don't set your goals too high. Make them obtainable is one of them. The goal is within reach, and largely because your deep desire to obtain it. Rewarding, fulfillment of goals that you should provide with a feeling of satisfaction and achievement. Note, you need to put realistic, relevant here. So you need to, put your realistic and relevant. Time bound. Set up time frame to ensure continued and focused efforts towards your obtainment. So the reason why I picked the SMART, it's kind of cool. And there's another acronym for SMART. It's specific, meaningful, agreed upon, results focused, and trackable. And that's another one that can be. So when I started this whole thing, and there's another acronym for ART. It's accountability, resilience, thrilling. So when I tell people about how I lost my weight, it's kind of perplexing for them to say, oh my God, you did it with just the drink. And yeah, I did. And I went from 340 pounds to 280 pounds. That's a significant loss of weight. My uniform's looser, my clothes are looser. Do I feel that I'm better than anybody else, or feel that? No, I don't. And I feel good for myself when I can look in the mirror and say, you know what, I did that. I've taken it upon myself. Now I've hit the gym 10 times this month. Now I'm getting into, and the biggest thing about going to the gym is you need to create a habit. They say it takes 14 days to create a habit, or I've heard something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but the more you want to go, because today I didn't feel like going, and all of a sudden here I am at the gym pushing this big sled down there. And it's rewarding after it because you're sweating so much and you feel good, and it energizes you to go to the gym. And it's going to be hard when you first start, and I understand that. But you have to keep on the track. If you really want to lose weight and you really want to do it, take small steps. Go on the treadmill, put the incline up to 5 and walk it for half an hour. Put some tunes on, put Spotify on, and rock it. And what I really like to do is put it on Facebook that I'm at the gym. I'm not getting into what I do or what. But there can be some motivation from your friends saying, good job, or you like it. And it's kind of nice to see people interacting on Facebook. And I do it. Probably some people get annoyed. Oh, there he is at the gym again. Think he's something. But that's fine. I'm okay with that. And people are going to be, they're going to have their certain things. So, you need to understand where you need to go, how you're going to get there. Be specific. When you're going to do your workout, say I want a half an hour here. When I go there, I don't really have a plan. That's kind of me, but I went to the gym today, and sure enough, I looked at the elliptical, I looked at the rower, and I looked at the sled. I kind of walked around, and I kind of thought, what do I want to do today? The day before, I did the elliptical machine and rocked it. I almost blew 500 calories in a workout. It was about 32 minutes or so. But what I liked about it was it was measurable. And I have an iWatch that measures this. So when I put my exercise on, it shows the calories, shows my hard work when I do it. And that might be something to look at. Maybe get something on Facebook Marketplace for very cheap. And it works with your phone, or get something like Samsung Watch or something that can measure, and it's really good. And I encourage it. It's my walk of life because it shows, when I do all the things in my rings and it shines up, I achieved a goal. And that's kind of nice because it's measurable. It's, rewarding, absolutely rewarding, because here I am doing this again and I see that go up. And I try to take some rest in between because you want your body to relax and rest. And that's okay. So you want to improve your fitness. And when I go talk about the internal shower drink, 2 tablespoons of chai, lemon juice, and I even put cinnamon in it. I forgot about the cinnamon. It's supposed to reduce your appetite. But the chai seed has been a far unexpected thing for me. And I'm on Tik Toc. I'm AHilch30, I think. But, I got videos on there that'll show you that stuff. Am I looking to make money? No, I want people to be healthy. I don't want all these TikTok. It really doesn't matter to me. It's just about helping. If I get money, well, whatever. Maybe I'll reinvest it into mental health like what I'm doing. In the end of the day, that's, you want impactful goals. You want goals to help yourself. And it seems like when you talk about goals and you talk about positive goals, it's always into weight loss. And it's $1 billion industry. And, there's no quick fix to it but putting work into it. And you have to have a plan. And the plan is you have to actually do it and motivate yourself. And there's going to be days, there's no question, that you don't want to do it. And, you had a long day of work, and the last thing you want to do is head to that gym. But if you bring your work clothes in your vehicle and you're on your way from work, and it's sitting there in the front seat with you, it's kind of like it's almost like an accountability to you. I know it is to me. But I'm in a good headspace myself because I'm very close to the gym. So I go to the apartment, get myself in my gym clothes, grab my headphones, grab my phone, and I go to the gym. And I'm on day 2 this week, so I'm looking forward to day 3 tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to doing some stuff. So I didn't want to get into this a lot, but I wanted to get into goals, and I wanted measurable ones. And there's so many things on the internet. But, I just want your goals to be effective and, moving in a positive manner and being yourself. And, don't be too hard on yourself, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm the worst critic of myself, and I don't take my advice probably 100% of the time. But that's me. I struggle with that, and I'm working on it. I'm not perfect. I'm here to be a positive voice for others. So if you're in the space that you need to do it, just listen to what I said about the chai seed, because it could be very good for you. And I think that it's a positive, and it's healthy. There's nothing wrong with that drinking the first thing in the morning when you get up. Gotta warn you though, those chai seeds, when they get bubbly, it's almost like fish eggs, and it's hard to swallow. So make sure that you do it within 2 or 3 minutes when you make the drink, and you let it sit there. I guarantee that after a couple weeks of doing this, you're going to see results, and you're going to see and don't starve yourself. And, but the biggest thing about the chai seed I found was the thirst. I drank lots of water, and I'm thirsty right now because it seems to have an internal thing where I need to drink. So that's exactly what we need. We need about anywhere from 3 to 4 liters of water a day. And I don't mind drinking it, and it's okay. So I just want you to think about your goals, and there's lots of stuff on the internet as far as like different goal setting, and these goals could not only be like about fitness, and it could be about more knowledge about work related or other topics. It could be a better relationship with your coworkers. Stop working, working on that work-life balance. I mean, that everyone struggles with that because no one wants to be a lazy guy and they want to get their tasks done. Sometimes it happens where you don't get your tasks done and you get frustrated. Another, when we're talking about goals, we're talking about fitness and weight loss, and those are ones. Maybe, I'm looking at this year, I'm looking at a possibility of playing goalie in hockey. Old timers, yeah, I'm that age. This is something that it's a goal, it's another goal for me, to buy the goalie gear, to get back out on the ice, and I loved it when I played it. And I'm in a perfect state right now where I'm not working shift work, so it works out really well for me. And, I just want you to really think about these goal setting and be positive about it and don't be negative. Don't have that negative mindset. Because setting positive, obtainable goals, realistic goals is what you need. And you need to measure them up and you need to take accountability when things don't go your way. And I failed along this journey since June. I failed by not going to the gym. But the next day I darn well did it. And I felt guilty. And guilty in a positive manner because you know what? There's no reason why I shouldn't have went. Well, and you gotta force yourself sometimes. And I do this by myself and I don't need anybody to motivate me. I mean, the Facebook, when I put that thing on there, I get some good comments, and sometimes I'll put my workout and say I did this, and people are like, yeah, good job. Reach out to some friends that are fitness gurus and get them to motivate you. Say I did this today, and they're going to say good job. Anytime you put your arse in that gym and you do something, or you go for a walk, that's positive. Regardless of whether it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, or 15 or 20. You're still doing something. You got to build yourself up. You got to build to that goal, and getting the steps is what you need. And I think what I like about this is, clarity and focus, planning, accountability, transparency, and self-esteem. My self-esteem is starting to get better. I'm not saying, it's top notch. People look at me as being kind of, very full of myself when I was younger, of course, but not so much now. And maybe people view me as that sometimes, as like I got stuff going on and, I played high caliber, different sports and you got it going on. But it's not the case, folks. I mean, there's so many people struggling out there, and don't think you're alone. Like, I struggle. I had anxiety there yesterday. Just hit me all of a sudden, and here I am. My coworker's looking at me, and I started breathing out, doing my breaths and, calming myself down, and just took a moment. And then he looked at me and he goes, "What's going on? You okay?" I said, "Yeah." Just had a little anxiety. Not a big deal. He said, "Are you sure you're okay?" I said, "Absolutely." I said, "I just did a tactical breathing exercise and I'm okay." What triggered it? I don't really know. But it happens every once in a while where I'll get really anxious for no reason. But these are my past traumas that are probably creeping up, and I can't explain it. But what I do is I go in my toolbox and take my tools out and use them. And that's what you need to do. Build your toolbox. A little bit each time. Take a self-esteem course. Take whatever you need. Get yourself in a better place, in a better space. You only got one life to live, and you got to live it to your best way that you know how. And, we don't want ourselves to fail. So that's why I'm saying small, obtainable goals. And you reach that goal, set another goal, and set another goal. But don't make it unrealistic. Don't be hard on yourself. Because no one's going to be hard on you but your own self. And I experienced a lot of criticism in my life due to my own self-esteem and my issues and what I've happened in life. And I'm working on it, and I'm doing pretty good now. And I'm telling you, 4 years ago, I wouldn't be doing this podcast. I can tell you that. And I wouldn't be speaking at schools about mental health and what's happened to me and suggestions. And I wouldn't be talking to other people and be very open about my mental health. And here I am, a man where we're not supposed to speak, but I am. I'm doing things. Doesn't mean I'm perfect, but I'm doing it. So that's all I want to talk about is goals and making positive choices, and don't be too hard on yourself, and find that motivation and find your toolbox, get, coping mechanisms that's going to help you through these hard times, because it's not going to be easy. It's going to be frustrating. It's going to be hard, but make sure your goals are very good, and, the acronyms that I've talked about, and read up on them and set a plan up for yourself. It's important. Be smart. Just like it says, the smart. Write out your goals. Be simplistic with them. Clearly define what you're going to do. Concentrate on the more deeply on a specific task and write a proposal. Do a business proposal. Do whatever you got to do. But I'm not going to take too much of your time up. I really appreciate my listeners and my followers, and I do have a Facebook page. I do have all my TikToks. If you want to respond, go do it. I will respond. And I do have an email. I'm not real good with that, but I got to start being better. But I'm going to talk about, in the next month, I might do a Patreon where people can donate, and I can, do a shout out to you on my podcast about, helping me out with the podcast, because it comes out of my pocket and I don't mind, but a little help would not be a bad thing for me. And if I do get an excessive amount, I might start doing some merchandise and start giving it out to people that support me and stuff like that. And I do have the ability, I can make cups and different things like that. So I'm really looking forward to getting a listening followers that would respond back to me, and I don't mind make a fake. I don't really, it doesn't really bother me, but I'm open to answer any questions. If you want a TikTok me to go on live, it really doesn't matter. But anyway, I don't want to hold you guys up most of the time, so thank you for listening, and I really appreciate your support, and I'm going to talk to you next time. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to the Chat Club podcast with your host, Alan Hilchey. Please subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or Google Play, or where you download your podcasts. Be sure to check out Chat Club Podcast on Facebook and on Instagram. Remember, there is only one rule in Chat Club. Everybody talks about Chat Club. Be sure to catch our next episode.